Hello and welcome to the Redhead and the Bearded Beauty. I am the Bearded Beauty.
I'm the Redhead.
And we are back after a week off. So
We did.
We're here.
We're here.
We just couldn't do it without Nolan. He was gone last week.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on quite the vacation. I'm very jealous of him. And now he's punishing me by doing a
extreme close-up.
Extreme close-up, and I hate it so much.
And the mic was not covering your face.
I hated that so incredibly much. And we might have some different co-hosts. You might be
replaced
while you have a baby. So.
Okay. Well, I have a baby, huh?
Well, Jeanette has a baby.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's yours also.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, who were you thinking to replace me?
I was thinking about Corey because he also has a beard. So
that would be a good choice.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about that. And if he's watching this, which I kind of doubt, this might be the first time that he hears it. So.
But I don't know. Corey's really good, and I might be afraid he just might take my spot permanently.
Yeah.
So.
He might take my spot permanently.
I just about, when you were gone, replaced you with an orange cone with a red wig.
You probably would have done a better job.
I thought we'd had better chemistry.
Better conversations.
Better conversation, better back and forth.
I was horrified at the constant close-ups that Nolan is doing.
So, yeah. No, Corey would be good. So.
Yeah, Corey would be good. Just anyone with a beard. I'm just going to grab him, put him in here. So, yeah. So
I guess we had some good news this week that the mayor featured at his briefing. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we had some really good news. 2 of our employees were working down by the river. They work in park and recreation, and an individual was experiencing a medical crisis. They actually intervened. They called 911 emergency services, and they performed CPR on her until they got there. And saved her life. So they got a coin at the briefing. Yeah. So Connor and Kelly, good job. Really awesome.
Shout out to you too. That's awesome.
So just really cool above and beyond. The mayor talked about, they've got that public service sort of heart and just how amazing that is that they did that and went above and beyond. So
very nice. So when the ambulance showed up, there was a van down by the river.
There was a van down by the river.
Sorry, when you said it like that, that's the first thing that popped into my head. I know, but no, we won't go there. Okay.
All right.
What else we got going on this week?
Well, also, just right before this, the Queen died.
Yeah, saw that.
I'm so sad. Not being English or having any skin in the game, but still, it's an international incident, and it's sad, and very, very sad about that. So,
I can tell you, my life will not change.
Well,
it's sad that she died. Don't get me wrong. It's not about that. I just was never into the whole royal family. Not my thing.
My friend Brandy and I was actually her intern at the time. I think I was 20. We watched the royal wedding, William and Kate. It was 3:00 in the morning. I went over to her house. We sat in the basement and watched the royal wedding, the 2 of us.
And that went on for 4 or 5 hours, didn't it?
It was very long. It was very long. Yeah.
And that's another thing I did not watch, and it did not affect my life one bit.
It impacted my life significantly, just because Brandy and I bought hats and we had mimosas or something in the morning. It was great.
The only impact my life has had from the royal family was who's the son, Princess Diana's son that has the kids? I forget what his name. Not Harry, but the other one.
Prince William.
Prince William. So when they had their daughter, Charlotte, it was about the time my second was born, and I had my daughter, Charlotte, was 2 at the time. So now everybody wants to name their kid Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we thought we were being different at the time. And
you had the OG Charlotte.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Anything else going on this week?
So next Monday we're having the wireless emergency test. We're testing the...
That's really disturbing you
today,
isn't it?
I really hate it. I hate it so much. So we can maybe cut that out, but maybe not. So we're having the wireless emergency test on Monday at 3 p.m. Basically, anyone who's at a government building that day is Downtown, yes.
Yep.
Government building downtown could get the alert. We're partnering with Sedgwick County to do City Hall, County building, and the Ruffin building. So where they're at now too. So if you get the emergency alert, and again, it's just a test. There's going to be a survey link, and go to the survey link, fill it out. They're just testing to make sure that it works, seeing how much they can geo-target different areas and for different emergencies. So
yeah, that'll be nice moving forward. When they send out alerts, they can just paint a little map around something, a little outline, and say, we just want to send alerts to just this area.
Yeah.
So we're helping our friends at the county out over there with that. So
yeah, really, really important stuff, because in times of emergencies, they're just trying to make sure that they can alert as many people as possible. And again, it's not just the county; it's also the national alert system.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
One quick reminder that I'm going to be gone, missing here in a few weeks. Jeanette's due on the 21st, so really
any time now.
Yeah, I think we've already passed maybe one day on somebody's guest. Maybe not quite there yet, but
yeah.
So yeah, we are not finding out if it's a girl or a boy, and we have not released a name. So if you think you know what the name is, shoot us your name, what you think the name of the child will be, boy and girl, to social@wichita.gov, and you could win 2 tickets to Botanica.
I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a test. We have a guest.
We do have a guest. Do you want to say a little bit about our guest?
Yeah, so we've got Troy Anderson, who's our new assistant city manager. So one of our bosses. He's really great. He's overseeing economic development, really, really well educated, really experienced in that, in all forms of government, really planning, economic development, all sorts of stuff. So we're really lucky to have him and his family in Wichita.
Very knowledgeable about what he does. So
yeah.
You were saying one of our bosses. Do you ever feel like we're in office space? I was like, I have 8 different bosses.
Oh, we do have like 8 different bosses.
We have more than 8 bosses.
we have a lot of bosses.
I'm going to need those TPS reports.
Yeah.
So with that, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll bring in Troy. All right, welcome back. We are now joined by Troy Anderson, our assistant city manager. New, you just started, 2-3 weeks ago?
I think this is week 3, yeah.
Week 3 now?
Yeah.
How's the transition going?
It's going really well, actually. I am drinking from the fire hose, the proverbial fire hose, right? I'm
kind of throwing you out there.
Yeah, but, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
My goal was to try to get acclimated and assimilated as quickly as possible so that I could try to be of service as quickly as possible. So
very good. So tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself, where you come from, that sort of thing. Yeah,
sure. So professionally, I've been involved in local government for nearly 17 years now. Have an opportunity to serve communities in Nebraska, Texas, Missouri, so a little bit of diversity. Worked for communities of all different sizes and demographics. Along the way, I have picked up a master's in public administration from the University of Texas Arlington. My undergraduate degree was in architectural studies from the University of Arkansas. That's my plug usually for my hog fans out there. Woo pig suey, right? And so, but prior to that, I grew up kind of the grandson of a union carpenter, and so I became really passionate about the built environment and how people experience the built environment, which has really kind of led me into local government. So, so professionally, I'm also a member of the American Planning Association, certification as a certified planner, AICP, certifications from International Code Council, residential building, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, property maintenance inspector, obtained a floodplain certification along the way, so a member of the Association of State Floodplain Managers for a number of years. And so was really fortunate to kind of cross train in all sorts of different sectors within local government, but primarily my focus was in and around planning, building, community development, economic development. I've been fortunate enough to be part of some really exciting economic development projects along the way. So, but then personally, I'm a 40-something, married to my beautiful wife of 20 years now, and we have a daughter. We have one daughter. She is 17. Consummate student athlete with ambitions of becoming a mechanical engineer. So
very cool.
Yeah, right now we're in the process of kind of looking at colleges and those kind of things. So, and then we just love to spend time together as a family. We love to travel. We love the outdoors. We love the arts. We love music, and we love food. So, yeah.
Now, any chance that now that you guys are in Wichita, we can switch your daughter's interest over to aerospace engineering?
It's possible. We before I ever became kind of involved in the city and interested in filling the position of the assistant city manager, Wichita State was on our list.
It's one of the best.
It's a great school, and some of the benefits that we have talked about are sort of the post-education opportunities, right? I mean, there's a huge employment sector here that is just anxious and ready to bring on next generation talent, particularly around engineering.
It's amazing. I was out at NIAR for an announcement just a couple weeks ago, and just the talent pipeline that they're creating from students to workers. My partner started at NIAR, walked into John Tomlin's office to get him to sign off on just his schedule. John was on the phone, said, "Hey, do you have a job?" And he was like, "No." I think he was probably like 18 at the time. Put him to work at NIAR, and now he's back at NIAR after going to Bombardier and some other places. So it's just a really cool story. And how NIAR is growing is really cool.
Yeah.
For our community.
Yeah, I heard one of the, I'll confuse it, so I won't, but they had a job fair the other day. I heard like 800 people showed up. I mean,
it's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah. So.
All right, we like to kick off these shows with a little game called Two Truths and a Lie. So do you have your two truths and a lie? Yeah,
so admittedly, for the listening audience, I wasn't prepared, so this won't be real exciting. But okay, so two truths and a lie. I have done a sort of week-long Rocky Mountain backpacking tour, right, where we went off trail and kind of did our own thing for a week-long Rocky Mountain. Number two, I have survived not one but two polar bear plunges. That was really exciting. And the third is I have gone skydiving. And so those are my two truths and a lie.
I think the third one is a lie because you didn't go into as much detail.
See, I knew I was going to ruin it.
I'm going to go skydiving as well.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Yes. Although that is something that I have thought about at times of wanting to go skydiving. But I'll be honest with you too. Once you get a family, and those kind of thoughts start crossing your mind as well. So we'll see. Maybe at some point in time I'll get the opportunity, but I think right now I'm good with my feet on the ground.
Right.
I can say skydiving is one of those things that I've never wanted to do. My wife did it, and they got video of it. And my girls just dug that out last week.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I got to see her, and it looked like he had to kind of push her out of the plane a little bit. But
I feel like Jeanette's not going to be doing any skydiving right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the doctor recommends that.
No. You're 2 weeks away.
2 weeks away.
Right.
So
yeah. You were saying the other day you're nesting around the house, getting ready for the newborn.
The house ready, doing all the work around the house, and making sure it's all ready to go. So
good.
Yeah.
Well, if I didn't say it, but congratulations again.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So we covered it in the open, but send your list of names to social@wichita.gov.
Right. So. Yep.
Is there a favorite?
Is there
so far for the name?
Well, we have the names picked out.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But we're not.
I don't want to spoil her.
No, we're not telling anybody. So
okay.
we have this thing where we are encouraging people to guess, and if anyone guesses the name right,
Oh,
I'm going to buy them 2 tickets to Botanica.
Yeah. There's also an office poll upstairs that we've all guessed the date.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going with 18th. She's due on the 21st.
We have a full moon. I'm saying it's going to be the 13th. It's going to be early.
Okay.
We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah.
I would take another Saturday morning. One of our daughters was on Saturday morning. That'd make life so much easier.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck.
Go ahead, Megan. You're up.
Okay, so right now the library is celebrating Banned Books Week. That's not celebrating the books we have banned. It's celebrating that we really don't have any banned books, and we're celebrating those books that typically get banned in other communities or are frequently challenged. So my two truths and a lie are 3 of the most challenged books of the 100 most challenged books, and you have to guess which one is not one of the most challenged books. Okay. And of that, we have Sophie's Choice, we have Huckleberry Finn, and we have the Scary Stories You Read in the Dark series. So out of those 3, which one do you think is not on the banned books list?
I just heard somebody talking about these the other day, and I can't remember which ones they were, but I'm going to say the series of Scared in the Dark.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I think I heard something the other day too about Huck Finn in particular being on. I thought that was kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Scary Stories as well.
That is one of the most challenged books. Sophie's Choice
Really?
is not. Sophie's Choice is not on there, but yeah.
Interesting.
I should have gone with my gut, but then I'm like, that sounds like one that,
Yeah.
But there are other books from that time period and that subject matter that are banned, but Sophie's Choice is not one of them. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so since you are a West Sider like me,
yes,
I figured I would throw out some parks, some information about parks on the west side that maybe you and your family could visit.
Okay.
All right, Proc Wetlands Park was once known as Cadillac Lake, and the land was originally used for deer hunting and farming by the Proc family. Approximately 19 acres of Buffalo Park used to be the former site of the Westlink sewage treatment plant. And Pawnee Prairie Park is over 400 acres of natural parkland with trails that serve hikers, bicyclists, and equestrians. So which park was I lying about?
I'm going to go with the Buffalo
Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Pawnee Prairie Park is more than 400 acres.
It says it's over 400 acres.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you said it is 400 acres. I was like, I think it's larger than that. Okay, I'll go with Buffalo Park, too.
It is Proc Wetlands Park. I kind of tricked you on this one. It was used for duck hunting, not deer hunting.
Okay. That makes sense since it's a marshland. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
I just small change.
Small details. Yeah, it's in the details.
Prot, if you haven't been out there, it's great. It's won all these awards. It's a really cool
it's an amazing
area.
park. I can't wait till they finish that trail.
Yeah,
there. It's gonna be
that's going to be really neat.
Okay.
So
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So we've talked a little bit about who you are personally and where you're coming from. So tell us a little bit about what your role is now as assistant city manager and what you kind of oversee.
Good question. So assistant city manager, from what I understand, I'm going to really try to focus on all things sort of development services related, right? So that could be the gauntlet of anything from economic development, which is, early on in the process, understanding opportunities for what I'll describe when I talk about economic development. I'll describe it as both business attraction and retention, right? Very, very critical to support local businesses and help them to grow, and just as importantly, to make sure that we keep them here in Wichita, right? So business, but at the same time, we want to grow our economic base, right? So part of that's going to be attracting new businesses to the Wichita area. So business attraction, retention, but also talent attraction and retention, right? That's the other key component of economic development. So how do we work with our partners to provide opportunities for things like quality of life and education and housing and opportunities for employment, right? So there's a whole lot of conversation around economic development, both with just not only business attraction retention, but also talent attraction retention. So that's kind of the early on, but then it kind of runs through the whole process of identifying a site, going through zoning, subdivision, site development, building, and then even then after, right, property maintenance related type of stuff of how do we make sure that the investments that are being made, the physical investments that are being made in our community, how are they a good fit? How do they support a broader context? How do we keep them in good repair? And then the process kind of starts all over again, right? Like how do we make sure that those business remain successful? How do they have access and and tap into our talent pools and those kind of things. And then eventually, hopefully, we'll see them grow. And then is there an opportunity for them to either expand where they're at, or is there an opportunity somewhere else in the community that they can grow into? And so it's that cyclical from anything from business attraction, retention, through talent attraction, and anything in between.
Let's take the 500-foot view. So economic development, most people, when they think of cities and municipal governments and what we do, it's probably not the first thing that comes to mind. They think, police, fire, potholes.
Right.
Why is it important that we engage in those activities and attract and retain businesses and talent?
Yeah. A couple of different reasons. I would say understanding that as we provide those essential city services, right, the police, the fire, the parks, the library, arguably, taxes in today's day and age, right, don't necessarily always support those kind of public services, right? Providing those basic city services become very expensive. And so in order to broaden the tax base, cities have to grow. Right. And the way that we grow is strategic. The way we grow is we want to be smart about it, but that's where it comes to supporting our local businesses, making sure that our local businesses have an opportunity to grow. They're the first ones that we want to make sure that are successful. They're going to add to the economic base, which then new businesses, like I said, coming to the region is opportunity for new jobs, is opportunity. And so then that parlays into that talent that I just described, right? That when oftentimes cities will do a really good job at kind of that 30 to 50 something workforce, right? Folks who have families, providing for single family residential subdivisions, those kind of things. So oftentimes there's gaps in those demographics, and so we need to understand what those are, target those, make improvements to things like quality of life, parks, entertainment, music, arts venues, et cetera, that allows those folks to stay here in Wichita and transition from one phase in their life to another. And so at the same time, we're providing all of those essential city services, but as the city continues to grow, we expand and we broaden the economic base, not only from things like property tax and sales tax, but other revenue opportunities that then keep taxes low for the rest of the community and creates a vibrant, thriving community.
So when it comes to these people wanting to grow their business or expand or move here, how do we go about getting those people? Do they come to us? Are we out seeking them? How does that work?
It's a little bit of both, right? So yes, we want to proactively foster relationships, get to know our local businesses first and foremost, right? I mean, these are the folks that are here in Wichita all day, every day. It's incredibly important for us as a city to connect with those businesses sort of first and foremost. But as far as attracting new businesses, yeah, we have great partners in the Greater Wichita Partnership, and so they're out there all day, every day, taking leads, and so we partner with them and we support them. They support us, but at the same time, it's not beyond our offices to chase a lead, follow a connection or a contact, and try to foster some of those relationships ourselves. It's not unheard of for businesses to reach directly out to us, right, and say, hey, I've got a manufacturing facility, or I've got a medical office, and I'm interested in relocating to the Wichita area. What kind of opportunities are there? Here's kind of what I'm looking for. So we'll connect them with real estate folks. We got great partners in the chamber. We got partners all over that are willing to jump in and help out and really try to understand what the needs of those businesses are, both the ones that are already here locally and the ones that are coming potentially to the market, understanding what their needs are and trying to connect them with local resources.
We've had some good announcements. I think your first week here, we had the snack pie company.
Yeah.
So, and I think one of the things that they said that attracted them to Wichita was our trained workforce. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
I've already been put on the spot a couple of times.
This is not fun for you.
Okay, all right.
If you could choose one industry or company to attract to Wichita, what would it be?
That's a great question. And again, I'm still new here, right?
Exactly.
I've only been
Brand
here.
new.
I've only been here 6 weeks now, right? So, but just in my observations, I think the one industry or sector, and I'm really going to offend some people, right?
No.
I would love to see us grow our medical field, right?
Yeah.
I think that we've got a lot of really great and exciting manufacturing opportunities, aerospace, we obviously have to diversify our portfolio, so to speak, right? And I think, and again, no disrespect to the investment that Wesley is making or Ascension is making on community.
We've got some great medical partners.
Incredible partners, right?
The medical school downtown is expanding, and I think we can build on that.
Doctor Who, osteopathy, Kansas Health Science Center, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
But I think our medical field, I think our medical, we've got an aging population that is going to need those skills and that skilled workforce surrounding them and supporting them. I'm sure these folks have aging infrastructure that we need to be able to try to support reinvestment in and those kind of things. So I think medical is one aspect or one industry that I would love to see ongoing, continued focused investment in our community. But
definitely.
But again, we want to see the diversity across all industries. So
as a centrally located city, I think it's a great place to grow that because there's so many regional feeds that Wichita could support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, earlier on, you had touched on planning and your background in planning, and you kind of are a part of planning and oversee planning. Kind of the team lead there. Talk a little bit about how the planning and the zoning play in. I've had to cover a lot of the metropolitan area planning department meetings.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was so amazing why they do certain things, like why there's a certain amount of trees put in an area or why a certain height of trees at a certain area.
Yeah.
Explain why those things are put in place.
So it's a balancing act, right? I mean, we want to be very respectful of property owner rights, right? You own a piece of property and you want to, America's a great place to start your own business or try to pursue your own passions and your own dreams. And so we want to be respectful of property owner rights and know and understand, what you're trying to accomplish as a property owner and make sure that you're wildly successful and you fulfill your dreams and passions of doing whatever it is you want to do, right? To the degree that it doesn't significantly impact your neighbor because we also care about them, right? And so, that covers the spectrum from residential to commercial to manufacturing to industrial and everything in between, right? And so planning is critical to knowing and understanding. We have a lot of talented professionals who spend a lot of time, energy, and effort watching other communities and seeing what works and what doesn't, listening to our community on what works and what doesn't and what they want out of their community, right? And then we kind of combine all of that into kind of a set of rules and regulations, right? So that everybody's somewhat playing on the same playing field, playing by the same rules, and knowing that by requiring a certain number of trees, right, that we're responding to being good stewards of our resources, right? There's history around heat islands and how that can have an adverse effect on a community. So even things like the number of trees and tree canopy and, you think about kind of going down that same path, right? There's things with groundwater, right, or stormwater quality controls so that you're not flooding a neighbor and those kind of things. And so a lot of it is really just a balance of being respectful to the individual and trying to make sure that they're successful in what they try to do, but at the same time they're not causing an adverse impact on an adjoining property owner.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a lot of people might understand the, let's not put general commercial right next to residential, right in the middle of residential, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But a couple of weeks ago, they had a meeting where it was a Dunkin' Donuts was applying to rezone, and I never thought of why they required all the certain amount of trees. And then somebody explained it in this meeting. Well, across the street is residential. And so all these bushes out in front are to hide any lights that would be driving in that parking lot. And so
Absolutely.
Now, whenever I walk down the street, walking my dog at night, and I see those bushes, I'm like, now I know why those are all out there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's amazing how much thought is put into some of these rules and regulations that they're not arbitrary. They're, but at the same time, we also know that times change, right? That the rules and regulations that may have been in place 40 years ago maybe don't make sense anymore, right? As we have seen how communities evolve and how new technology and new behaviors of housing and commerce. Actually, one of the most interesting are mixed use developments, right? Where you have folks who live, work, play all in the same building, right? And so how do you respond to even some of those kind of things? So we also have to be willing and wanting to reevaluate and ask the hard questions, right? Does that really make sense anymore? Is there an opportunity to change those policies and procedures that really benefit the entire community? So we also have to be open to those ideas as well.
Yeah, very good.
100%. Okay. So you've been on the job for 3 weeks. How many times has someone asked you when a cheesecake factory is coming to Wichita?
I haven't gone that one yet.
Oh, you will.
A cheesecake factory.
Just wait.
Well, we can make some phone calls. We'll see.
Yeah. Don't make any promises.
Okay.
People will come for you.
We'll make some phone calls.
All right.
Cheesecake, and isn't there another one that's always asked for?
I just knew Trader Joe's, but now we have a Trader Joe's because I go there frequently. So
there?
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have.
Yeah, that's all we have. Troy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I think we have one more thing, though.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Man, we skipped 1 week, and I am off.
You're off. Oh.
And we apologize for not being here last week.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't, but I will apologize. I will be nice. We got a little busy last week, and we didn't get around to recording a podcast. Yeah. But it's dad joke time.
It's dad joke time.
Okay, yes, I did come prepared for this one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my first dad joke, one of my favorites. What's big, red, and eats rocks?
I don't know.
A big red rock eater.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Okay, here's the second one. Why do elephants paint their toenails red?
I don't know.
To hide in cherry trees. Have you ever seen an elephant in a cherry tree?
No.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Very nice.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Why do Pomeranians not like to go outside when it rains?
I don't know.
They don't want to step in a poodle.
Very good.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that was...
Nice. Okay.
Got any more?
Mm-mm.
All right. Yeah, we probably just stopped there.
Yeah. Just quit.
So I was on a walk a few nights ago and saw a burglar kicking in his own door. Thought he must be working from home.
Very nice.
That's
I like
good.
that one.
I got one more for you. So I'm currently working on a documentary on how to fly a plane. Mm-hmm. We're recording the pilot.
Nice. That's good.
And on that.
All right.
You know how it goes? Yeah.
Troy, thank you so much for coming to be on the
show.
Thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
And thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, or anything else you want to see from us, please shoot us an email at social@wichita.gov. Again, thanks for watching.